What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I got a quick video for you guys. Wanted to talk about Johnny Davis out of the University of Wisconsin. Johnny Davis is having a great season. He's really turned himself into a real pro prospect, someone who is now a legit NBA lottery pick, and he's done that as someone who was really flying under the radar, not only in high school but entering this college basketball season. And so wanted to talk about just his development so far at the University of Wisconsin, what his game is like, how it translates to the NBA level, and just kind of give my thoughts on him. But more importantly, I want to hear what you guys have to say about Johnny. Just let me know what you think about his game, who he kind of reminds you of, anything like that. Leave your thoughts on Johnny down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So Johnny Davis is someone who's been underrated much of his basketball playing career. Coming out of high school, he was a 3-star recruit, wasn't the most highly recruited player out there in the country, decided to commit to in-state Wisconsin. I guess you could say it was kind of his hometown team. Goes to Wisconsin as a freshman, as a 3-star, and has a good season, especially by the standards of, like I said, a 3-star who came in as not a ton of hype, wasn't expected to do a ton for Wisconsin, but had a solid season, averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds a game, and came off the bench and just did a lot of the little things that Wisconsin needed him to do. Wasn't expected to be the team's leading scorer, carry them through the tournament, anything like that. He just came in and played his role. And so heading into this year, his sophomore season, it was expected that his role would expand. He would develop over the summer and carry a little bit more of the work for Wisconsin. And he's done exactly that and more, and has exceeded probably everyone's, including maybe his own expectations, as he's having just a great year. He's averaging almost 22 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, and just doing a lot for this Wisconsin team. He just had the other day an incredible game against Purdue, who was a top 3 team in the country, 37 points, 14 rebounds. And those types of big numbers have been something that he's been putting up all year. And it's been a great story to follow, and a great just to see the success that someone like him is having. So what type of game does Johnny Davis have? Well, Johnny Davis is about a 6'4", 6'5" shooting guard, 200 pounds-ish, and he's not the greatest athlete out there in the world. He's a solid athlete, but he's not flashy. He's not someone who's going to come down the lane and looking to put your center on a poster type player. He's someone who you can tell by watching his clips, he knows how to get to his spots. He seems to be very comfortable with just who he is as a player and knows where he wants to get, and he seems to be able to get to those spots really well this year. He's someone who the defense can't seem to speed up, and he does a lot of the little things really well. He's someone who utilizes jab steps, ball fakes. If you put a smaller guy on him, he's willing to post him up and get to the hoop or line that way, by making them pay with smaller defenders. And so there's a lot of little things with Johnny Davis's game that I really like, and I think it starts with Johnny being a solid shooter. His shot is a little stiff, but he shoots it all right at the college level, about 33% this year. As a freshman on way less attempts a game, he was close to 40%, but with his free throw percentage being 80%, that's normally an indicator that they can develop, or a player can develop as a shooter. And so I think at the NBA level, once he gets a little more comfortable with the shot, maybe fine-tune some things, I think he can be someone who could shoot the ball at about a 36-38% clip, something like that. He's someone who now has improved coming into his sophomore year with his ability to handle the ball. You can really tell that he's a lot more comfortable, like I said, getting to his spots, using his handle to get to those spots, and he's able to hit, like I said, pull-up jumpers. He's got a little bit of a step-back game to him, and like I said, you can tell that he's made a big leap in that part of his game from his freshman year to his sophomore year. He's someone who is comfortable playing off the ball. He doesn't need the ball in his hands a ton. He can come off of screens and get into the offense that way, and so that's great to see. And then one of my favorite things about bigger guards is that if you put a smaller guy on him, He's willing to go to the post. I've seen that several times this year where they switch a point guard onto him and he heads immediately to the block, and there he's either able to score that way, or he's able to draw a foul as the point guard's battling and struggling to get position on him. And so I love that about bigger guards, and it's something that he does. And I think the biggest thing that Johnny Davis does is he competes. He's someone who is not afraid to do the dirty work, averaging about 7.5 rebounds a game this year, which is great. You don't see a lot of guards leading or being one of the better rebounders on their team, and 7.5 rebounds a game, can't argue with that. That's, you know, really impressive for a 6'5" shooting guard. You don't see that a ton at the college level, and so really good to see there. And just overall, good defender who competes, rebounds the ball, solid athlete. A lot of things to like with the upside of Johnny Davis. Now, I think the big question mark with Johnny and what may keep him from being like a top 10 type pick is just the fact that he's not the greatest athlete in the world. He's solid. He's an NBA athlete. I'd almost compare it in a sense to maybe like a Jalen Suggs, or maybe a tish below that. But he's not, like I said, the most explosive player. He struggles to score a little bit in traffic against college guys. And so that's something that he's going to have to improve on at the NBA level, and I think that could come as he gets stronger. He's someone who is a little bit of a late bloomer, and they may say this is just kind of a one season type thing, or we're going to have to get a bigger sample size. But I think we've seen him now have a number of big games, especially that game against Purdue. That's big time, having 37 points, 14 rebounds against a top 3 team. That's a big time performance, and that's him stepping up and rising to the occasion. I think that kind of legitimizes him as someone who could be a lottery type pick. But overall, I really like Johnny Davis's game. I think that he's someone who has worked to get in the position that he's in, has been underrated throughout his career, and you like to see that. Someone who is putting in the work, you like to see that work pay off, and he's having a big time season for Wisconsin. I think there's no doubt that he'll be able to keep that up throughout the rest of the season. I look forward to seeing how his game develops, because like I said, it's cool to see these guys that have been underrated throughout their career and have gotten better and have put themselves in this position to be an NBA player, and a very good NBA player at that. I think it's fun to watch. And so those are my thoughts on Johnny Davis. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this game, how it'll translate to the NBA level, all that stuff. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later.